morning, Flosstube. Happy Sunday. It is September 4th. This is my Flosstube channel, and this is my channel about cross stitch and all the things that go with it. This is going to be Flosstube episode 59. I cannot believe that I am, next Sunday, we'll be recording Flosstube 60. What a journey. I have been doing this a little over a year. I record typically on Sundays unless there's something special going on. But welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, as always, thank you so much for joining me. This is such a fun part of my weekend. It's kind of hard to explain that talking to a tablet can make you feel like you are with your stitchy friends, but it absolutely does. It's something that you'll find familiar, I think, almost with every Flosstuber, that they will say at some point. It becomes very normal, and it becomes kind of something special in your life. It doesn't mean that I'm special or the things I share that are special. It's the community that's special. And then when you put that all together with what everybody else has to offer, it can be quite fun. And Flosstube is a great place to learn and to be motivated and to be inspired. And I am glad and honored that I could be a part of it. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you could subscribe. There is a reminder bell if you want to be reminded when a new Flosstube of mine is up. I also share, because I do some designing under my Flosstube name, which is Finally a Farm Girl. It kind of lets you know I try to put a new release out there so that Flosstube subscribers, if they don't do social media or on Instagram, they still get notified when something new comes out. But if you enjoy this, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up and that you might subscribe to my channel. I am waiting for 8,000, the number 8,000 subscribers, so that I can do I'm rolling over a big giveaway as it wasn't claimed. And so I thought, why not just push for the 8,000? So if everybody could just double check, whatever it is, as soon as I hit 8,000, I have some fun things already in a box that when I get pretty close, I will share again what the big prize is. And it's just, it's a lot of stitchy goodness. And I just received something else from Fat Quarter Shop that I would love to be able to add to it. Fat Quarter Shop is a huge supporter of Flosstube channels. So again, I encourage you to check out Fat Quarter Shop. The link will be down below. But they really do make sure that Flosstubers are given products for giveaways. And you might think, well, it's always the same. It's not that it's always the same that is so nice. It's the fact that you have more than one chance between all the Flosstubers in order to win something that you might like. So that being said, I usually start this off with what was my week like. Last Sunday when we got together, I was actually sitting in a different place. I was out on my sun porch, and I have to admit, I love it out there. Thank you for those who commented. It's a great stitchy place. Philip enjoys it so much. The view is really wonderful and peaceful. It's nice because it's on the golf course back there. So for me, I like people watching. So, that's kind of fun. I'm not a golfer myself, but I don't mind watching it. But it got a little hot there at the end. So this is my normal place where I sit. This is my one of two of my stitchy walls. Even though I have stitching throughout the whole house. Usually at Christmas time, I do a home tour. Maybe Halloween as things come out. But anyways, so what did I do? Last Sunday, I think I felt a little bit out of sorts and a little bit maybe sitting in a different place. But either way, I was really, I was a little worried about my week to come. Not because anything bad was going to happen, but I had a very busy week. And sometimes that can lead to an overtired Philip, and you just never know. So those that know me know that that's my son. He's 22 years old, and He has special needs and a seizure disorder, and he takes quite a bit of meds. So sometimes too much can become set us back a day. So I knew my week was busy, and it went great. So I am happy to share with you that on Monday we pretty much, I don't think, did too much. We kind of recuperated from the weekend. Tuesday, I babysat my grandkids, Aria and Matthew. And it was just me and Philip and the kids because Randy was working. And even though he works from home and can pop in and check on us, you know, it is something different. You know, it's one thing to be a grandma, and then it's another thing to be a grandma with a son who's still a child at home with special needs, and then making sure that I can take care of, you know, them properly. So I found ways over the last few years in order to work through that, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, a huge part of that is prayer for me. I do pray that everybody stays safe, that the day goes well, and it did. It you know, sometimes because I have to keep everybody where I can see them, we will pick a room and that's where we will stay. And anyway, so we had a really good time. And then on Wednesday, I did dinner with my dad. It's something I usually do every Wednesday. And I was able to do a little stitching, and we had some porch time and talk time on his porch. And it was just, it's always a really nice, relaxing night. Thursday, I went with Philip and went up and visited my daughter, Olivia, up at her new apartment in Gainesville. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, I guess. It's not too bad. It's farther than Ocala when I go to my local needle shop. We did not stop in Ocala this time. We went straight up, and then we got to spend the day. We got to see her apartment. She's doing really good getting it set up. And she is the one that has the Etsy shop, the Crafting Bunny Co., making the needle blings and drops, and she did get back to that, so that was nice to see. And we went and did what mothers and daughters do, and that was shop and got a nice lunch. And by the time we were back on the road, I mean, when we do that for Philip and I, we're not home until pretty much it's almost time for him to be thinking about bedtime. So it's a fun day, but it's a long day. And then Friday, we had I picked up the grandkids Friday around 3, and we did a sleepover. And you know, that was the first sleepover that I have had with Matthew, who will be 2 in November, who still sleeps, he still does good and sleeps in a crib. So this would have been his first time not sleeping in a crib. And just working that out in my head as to how we were going to do it. I didn't worry about coming out and stitching. So I picked them up at 3, and we came home for a little bit, and they got to play. And then we went to, we met my dad at the Oaks restaurant, which is the restaurant in here. And it's pasta night. And so we had a dinner out with the kids, and they did great. Philip did great. Aria did great. She is turned 4 in May, and it was just a really special time. I didn't share as many pictures as I would have liked to, but I really was just in the moment. Matthew did great. Yes, he slept in bed with Grandma, and he just did a phenomenal job. And I do think it helped that they had been here, you know, a lot the last little bit. They had been here for a birthday, and then I babysat Tuesday, so we had a really, really nice time. And then Mom and Dad, or Dad I should say, picked them up Saturday morning around 10 o'clock, and that worked out good. So yes, what did I do yesterday? Nothing. Nothing. I stitched, and Philip relaxed. He got out of bed for a little bit, and then he just climbed right back up, and we just all, me, Randy, Philip, we just relaxed, and I stitched on a new Matilda, and I have so much fun when I do that because it's just a relaxing stitch. So that was my week, and I will move on. That was 10 minutes of updates of my personal life, and it just it really ended up being a good week, and I'm so thankful for how, the Lord watched over us. Because, my daughter was on Tuesday, I babysat because she was doing some training at Universal. She has a new job at Universal at one of her favorite restaurants there, and that's not a quick drive home if anything were to happen, and I need those days to go well. And they did, and I'm very pleased with that. So, okay, moving on. All right, it is September. We have reached Sampler September, and I love this month. It's my birthday month. It's just fall. It's back to school. September means so much. It really, really does. It's just a gamut. It's spooky September if you want to do Halloween, which I'm totally in the mood to do. It just has a lot of elements to it. But for me, I always loved going back to school. I love school. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it for some of the classes, mostly for the socialization and the friendship, and going back to school is always about the new clothes, and when you get older, the new purse or backpack or whatever. So it's that time. It's fall. It's approaching. I think the 7th is the first day of fall, if I'm not mistaken. And this Wednesday is the 7th, and that also means StitchCon. It's Labor Day weekend. There's just a lot of good stuff going on. So, who did I watch this week? I watched the Nightly Stitcher. I got to meet her dog, Hannah. She has quite a few Pomeranians, and she, tends to showcase them and let you see them, and they're just adorable and tiny little balls of fur. And it's funny because when I met Randy when he was when we were in high school, his family had Pomeranians, and when we were dating, they had puppies, and I can remember that. So anyways, I also watched Annie, the Proper Stitcher. She had a nice, I think it was a little more quick this time, so it's a real nice one to just go and watch and see what her updates are and what she's going to work on for Sampler September. I do think she had one plan for a new start, a nice small blackbird. So that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing a lot of what people are going to be starting for September or picking back up for September. I watched Jessica, a Sweetwater Stitcher, and she's always a joy to watch. I love that she'll pick up any new project, and she's just, unfortunately, she had an ear infection, and man, if anybody's had one, we know how painful those can be. So it was nice to see that she was feeling better. Stitching with Mel, I absolutely agree with the Nightly Stitcher, that she deserves us to reach out and give her, a little Flosstube love. And she should be getting more followers than she is, and sometimes it's just leading people there so that they know that you exist. She's got some fun projects. She's very family oriented, and so if you have not checked out Stitching with Mel, I encourage you to check out maybe one new Flosstube a week. That's usually what I tried to do. Mine this week will be the Paisley Stitcher, and I'm excited to go watch her. I have some catch up to do from being so busy during the week. So tonight, when Randy is watching football, I will be catching up on Flosstube, and the first one will be, I can't believe it, but I have not had a chance to watch Brenda and the Serial Starter. I need to be in the right, I want my right project, I want the right night, I want my, my drink, and I want it to be just perfect when I sit and watch this one, because I know that they were sharing their experience at summer school at the attic, and so I'm gonna let Randy dive into his football, and then I'm gonna dive into that Flosstube tonight. Okay, I had some whips this week. I have some FFOs to share with you. I got Ellen Barber back, and since we're 15 minutes in, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and share. Here, I'm going to share my FFO of Ellen Barber. This is the pattern This is Ellen Barber by Hands Across the Sea Sampler. This was started at StitchCon 2022 Weekend A with Laura from Brenda and the Serial Starter. And so Laura and I started this. I got started, I believe it was the second day. I don't believe I started it the first day. And so we shared pictures and things like that. So it was fun to get this one back from the framer. And I chose a relatively simple frame, but yet because I felt like it could handle, sorry about the detail of the frame, put the pattern down here. There you go. There you go. It's got a little bit of like a brushed off area so that you see a little gold, but this is the one that everybody loves, or I do, because of the message Home Sweet Home. I find it very common amongst stitchers that we do enjoy being at home, and we hang the things that we love. So this was just a really fun stitch, and I do think that I will probably, if I'm able to get in to StitchCon this year, which I believe sign up and all that kind of stuff happens Wednesday for 2023. You know, I believe that I'll start another small one there and just kind of keep that tradition going. So she's a colorful girl, and she's super sweet. She was stitched on, 1 second here, 32 count. One second, sorry about that. She was stitched on 32 count grandma's stuffing, and I used all the DMC flosses, and I think she's just super cute. She was fun. So hopefully maybe soon. I know Brenda has finished her, and I know Laura got a little more work in, so hopefully maybe Laura will have it finished soon. And that is Ellen Barber. Okay, the next finish I fully finished myself, but I had shared with you a new start I had last week, and I just shared a little bit of it. And it was, I think all I had last week was Coffee and Friends Make, and that's all I had to share with you. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with this. I have to admit, I never put it back down. It was so much fun, and there's a little story behind it. Not a big one, but a little story behind it. But it was a Beulah design, and Beulah was going with her friend Greta. So this is my one of my new releases, and it is Beulah and Greta. And it says, "Coffee and friends make the best brew." And I am a big coffee lover. My mom was a big coffee lover. A lot of people are. But is there anything better than when you have a friend that you just understand you need your coffee, you know? So Beulah's got a white mug with her pumpkin. She's walking her frog. This is her friend Greta, and she's got a baby frog. This little baby frog of hers is in a basket with a candy corn, a couple of little flowers, and she's a little more foo-foo-y than what Beulah is. So she's got an orange mug with a little flower on it. I did use dyed floss, 2 of them in this, and that is for her dress, which is, you may not see it right here, but it is a really beautiful purple, and for her hair as well. So this was, I will tell you, I started in the upper left-hand corner. I did all the words first down here, and then I was able to literally, I stitched Greta first because I could come over and I could do the hat, and I went down, and then I came across here and built her up. And it was so fun. And then I had this barnwood frame, which was a square from Hobby Lobby. And let's see if I can get you in there. And I gotta tell you guys, I had so much fun with this, I couldn't stand it. Every time they came to life a little bit more, I just had so much fun. And I did stitch these while I finished watching the Harry Potter series. So, but more than anything, it was funny because one day Olivia's boyfriend came in and said, is that a Greta design, or is that, oh no, wait a minute, your witch's name is Beulah. And I'm like, yeah, it's Beulah, but you know what? Greta is a great name for a witch. And that's how Greta came to be. Because I felt like Beulah may just take her frog for a walk down to the local coffee shop. So I'm hoping to put this, well, not hoping, this is going to go on my coffee bar. I think it'll be fun to have some candy corn and things like that next to it. But, you know, that's why I wanted it as opposed to in a pillow or anything. I wanted it in a frame. And I wanted something casual. So that is Beulah and Greta. I stitched them on 28 count Joblin lamb's wool, and the design is 94 by 86 stitches. So it's not super big. I was interested to see what Beulah would look like on 28 count versus I've always stitched her on 32. Now I would love to see someone stitch her on like 56. I think that would be so cute. The other release I had this week was my Oh Holy Night, the Nativity. I got that back from the framer. If you're on Instagram or social media, you'll have seen these already. I shared them. But this is the FFO of Oh Holy Night. Now this one is primarily dyed floss. I liked the thought of a more muted, soft look for Nativity. So whiskey is, you know, primary, and it's the hay that's, or straw that's flowing out of, you know, the manger. It's the angels' dresses. And then this is Weeks Dye Work Gold, Weeks Dye Works Whiskey, Parchment. So you know, they're two very different stitches. But I love them. I love them equally, and I'm really, this is one I feel quite proud of. I loved the idea of my mouse being the drummer boy, so he has the drum on and some straps. I had a really good time with this one. And of course, it's always a great time to reflect. And I love the doves. There was one thing that I off and on toyed with, and it was, I do love primitive stitching. Now, the animals, I felt like they needed eyes in them. But I did toy with the idea of not stitching eyes on the people, on Mary and Joseph, and you know, I really had a hard time deciding for the Holy Family if I would put eyes on them. What I ultimately did was decided that that's your decision to make. And so I did do French knots, but I will tell you, they look really good. If you like that simple look, they look really good without them. So, you know, they are small French knots wrapped with one strand of black, just as tiny as I could make them. And baby Jesus does not have anything. I did 2 outlines of just straight slit because my guess is he would be sleeping. So that is Oh Holy Night, and I stitched that one on 32 count summer khaki. So that's Belfast, 32 count Belfast summer khaki. So I'm excited for this to be out at Christmas time. The frame, I had it framed at Hobby Lobby by Mike, who does my framing, and that was his idea. It was, I toyed with, like I had said, wanting to find a manger. I do think possibly maybe we could talk to Chantel of 141 Designs and see maybe if she's got an idea for a manger, because I thought it would be great. The ones I saw were too big and would set way too far back. Okay, those are new releases. Those are shop updates. My sampler, Ellen Barber. I did want to mention it's Labor Day weekend, so I did, as far as my Etsy shop goes, everything is 25% off through Labor Day the 5th. So enjoy that. You know, it's not limited to the new ones, so, you know, if you like those, you can go grab those. They were both equally enjoyable. One was just fun and cutesy and Halloween, and they come to life real quick, and the other one was a very nice yet easy stitch to reflect, and I know is going to be really nice for the Christmas season. So it gives you a little variety. Okay, moving on. What else did I have to share? We got all that. Okay, I think we should just move right on into Sampler September. I have had a sampler, an antique sampler that I have not shared with you yet. I'm going to share it now because I thought it would be nice during Sampler September to start reproducing her. And her name is, I like this because my granddaughter's name is Aria Ellen Oliver, all vowels. And this is not the same, but I liked the name, Ada Elizabeth Smalley's. And she did this when she was 7 years old in it's a little hard to see, but it's 18, let me put my glasses on because sometimes it's either 1870, yeah, it's 1875. So I have not taken her out of the frame, so you're going to see the glare. But I fell in love with the red. I love the berries here. It's my first one with a berry bowl. I like the two flower bouquets. And of course, I like, there are many things in life that three little words are, they're terribly important, and yet it's only 3 words. So this one is God is love. And I really like that it was just small like that, and I love her cursive alphabet. But small can be powerful, and that's kind of what I liked about this. The other one that I've reproduced, you know, that was something that was a little more intense on writing, and it was a little bit deep. This is just as strong of a message, but only 3 words. So anyways, I love the deep reds. I'm excited to get the back off and see, you know, what the back looks like and how bright, because she's got lights and pinks and reds, and I don't know if she did that herself, but there's a real sweet butterfly right there. That gets you a little closer, and there's a little damage here, so I'm not going to say I'm not worried about that, but I love the aqua in this. I love that. I don't think I can see that. That's so pretty. So this is Ada Elizabeth Smalley's, and I'm going to take some time this month and start reproducing her, and she will be the second one that I reproduced. But she's, I just think that's, I think it's sweet when there are, if you think about our things that we use, stitchers, everything is 3 letters. FFO, fully finished object, you know, that's exciting. You've got sale, stitch along, you know. There's tons of stuff like that. One of the most important things I've ever learned throughout my lifetime was to remember 3 little words, and that was but, if, not. It's something that came to me during a hard time when our church had lost our pastor. And you know, that can be devastating to a church family. And even though there's backup and things like that, this was a young man, and he was a healthy young man. And so without going into any details, one of the most special things his brother shared, and he was from Michigan, was we were all, it's just like anything you're asking for a prayer for. You're praying for the best. But if not, you're still thankful for how it will evolve. And so that's a hard thing sometimes in life to learn. But it has helped me tremendously, because as we prayed over this pastor and as we were really hoping that he would return to full health, it was to me a really strong message that his brother could look at us as a congregation and say, yes, I want him back. Yes, I want him healthy. His wife wants him back, all of these things. But if not, we will give thanks to God for what he's done for us, for him during this time, you know. And that's sometimes not easy to do, but those words have come in handy so many times. Not just during loss. You can pray for a job, or you can be asking for certain things to happen in your life, but if you add to it, but if not, I'm okay. But if not, you know, I'll move on. It doesn't matter what the situation is. You can add to it, but if not. And yes, I used it during situations with, you know, with Philip itself. I would like certain things to happen. I pray that we have a great day, but if not, I still give thanks for the day that we had, and there will be something that you will find always that you can give thanks for. So, not getting off track or anything like that, I'm always intrigued by a sampler that always also says little. And you can think about it is finished. Some of the most powerful words are really, it's not long. You know, I forgive you. I've said these are just not big things, but they are have huge meaning. So, moving on, whips. All right, well, one of my huge whips was obviously Beulah and Greta, because I did not want to put her down, and I had a really good time. But I did do some more work. Oopsie, ouch, that was the needle. On my StitchCon 2022 Sue Hillis pattern. And you've seen this quite a bit now. I am moving along. I worked on the house. I did the heart and the needle that's going through the heart. And I don't know if tonight I'll work a little bit more on this, but I'll keep plugging away on the house. That's kind of where I'm sticking right now. And pretty soon I'll start working on the scroll rods and the tomato. So I kind of keep saving the tomato for last because I think it's so cute. But anyways, and I'm stitching this on flax and using all the called for. So, oopsie, don't need that one in there, do we? But almost. I fully anticipate a finish on this in September, which would be good because I have other Sue Hillis designs that I would like to stitch, and I have one that I'm getting really excited about stitching, and I was not excited about it last year when it was a sale, but it's this Christmas box, and when I finish this, I will share with you that because it's all kitted and it's all ready to go. So I'm just telling myself I'm making a deal. When you finish this, then if you're still in the mood, move right on into another Sue Hillis pattern, and it would be for Christmas. So I don't know that I'd get it finished, but it's real cute, real sweet little box. Anyway, so that is my StitchCon whip. Then when I went down to my dad's for dinner with Dad on Wednesday, I just wanted something easy. And so I picked back up another StitchCon, almost to start, but I had just started it before we got going, so I didn't have to think about where to start at. But it's my Lizzie Kate. This is a special edition. I got this kit off eBay, and the last you saw it, all I had was Santa and I think part of an H. So I was able to accomplish the first hoe and start on the house and the tree, and that's this block here. So I'm over here. and I don't know what the fabric is because this came with it as a kit. It's all came with the dyed floss. Whoa. So not very much. I mean, that's the nice part about some of these. It's just, there's, you know, you got Cupid in there and some real pretty colors. See, there's Cupid and Ye Olde Gold, one of my favorites. Wavy Navy, another favorite. Toasted Marshmallow, Jolly Holly, and Spinach. I mean, all really, really pretty for the season. So that is Lizzie Kate, and that is in, I forgot to share what the other one was, but this is in my Joyful Stitching bag. It doesn't look so pretty thrown in there, but it's Joyful Stitchery. Okay. Then, believe it or not, I shocked myself because last night, thinking I would be so exhausted, but I have been thinking a lot about this Noel sampler. And I had mentioned to you that I thought I would incorporate it into Sampler September. It's an original sampler, but it was supposed to be a sale last year, and I really was not loving it so much. It's 36 count, and I am stitching it on 36 count tin roof. This came as a kit from Country Sampler, and it came with the DMC threads. So I finally picked it back up, and I think that we're starting to become acquainted with each other again. I enjoyed stitching on it last night. I am going to say I didn't stitch on it all night, but let me get the threads out of the way for you. This is, I caught the thread with my finger. This is Noel Sampler by Brenda Gervais, and Martha X Stitch Crazy. Several people stitched this. Cricketwood Crossing, Stitchy Linda. There was a lot of people, and so I kind of jumped on board because I'd already had the kit, and then I didn't enjoy it because the fabric, I think if it had been on my 32 count comfort zone, I would have been great and a little bit lighter color, but I loved this when I saw it, and I just needed to push through. So it's very, to me, a little bit rich looking. Sometimes I worry because you don't see, let's see if I can get my needle minder something. You don't see all the work, but I do think when it comes together, you'll see it, and it'll be really, really pretty. So there's, like, I worked on this bird, and I put him over here. I worked on him here. You can see him a little better now on this side. And I'm just trusting it, and that's kind of hard to do because you're used to seeing these colors pop off your fabric, but they're so subtle. But I was able to come over here and get some of this done. The house is over here, and I will approach, and I got these two like snowflake motifs done and brought my border down a little more. So these are the DMC colors. Shared that last week, and I think when it's all there and I start seeing some of these other colors that show up, then I really think I'm going to enjoy it so much more. So I just told myself, you know, stitch what you want and put it down, and that's what I did. I enjoyed myself for a bit, and then because it's darker and it's not as easy to see, then I picked up something else. So hopefully, you know, my goal would be to get down here where I can start getting an alphabet in, and the basis is to where the house, let's see if I can show you. Okay, my goal would be to get to down this bird to where I can get my alphabet in, and then where I can get the house in. So I think when I start getting that chunk done, and framework, I think when that red starts popping out, I think I'm going to like it so much more as opposed to neutrals. So that is my Noel sampler, and I was pretty pleased with myself that I kind of pushed through that feeling you get when you just aren't happy with something. And so that was kind of exciting for me. I was like, I'm actually working on it. Okay, and I know a few people that are working on it this year, so I'm not alone in stitching the Noel sampler. And if you wish to join, just let me know. I know that I'm just using the hashtag Noel Sampler Sal. So that was last night's stitching. I wanted to touch base on, I shared with you last time my finish of Matilda Bruise, and I was thinking I was gonna have to look for candy or something to fill, but let me show you what I ended up doing. As I was packing everything away, I remembered, I shared that I painted this box, this very cheap black box. And I shared about her and tied her on. This is Matilda Bruise. And this I got, and I told you how I cut it apart, and I just used Ticky Tack to hold this so it doesn't flap forward, and hold this on, and then at Christmas time I'll pull it off. But I had got this broom with Chris Leedy at a local antique shop, Wildwood Antique Mall, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I didn't really have something for it yet because it's kind of a broken off broom, dust broom thing. So I thought, how cute to put a little, look like a witchy broom. And then I had the crow for Scarecrow Matilda, and I'm like, I could put that one in there because it's on a stick. And so this is what I ended up with, and I'm real pleased. Doesn't mean I won't stick. I have a potion bottle, some more in there, but I just wanted to show you how this box kind of evolved, and it was fun for all of 12 bucks. And so I'm excited to see what will come out of it for Christmas. But that was fun. Okay, in August we did Sue Hillis, and Judy Whitman. We did JBW Ornament Sal. I did not get done as much as I wanted to. I love seeing what people are stitching on. I try to share them every time I can on my Instagram stories if you tag me in it. And Annie shares them. This is a Sal hosted by myself, Stitchy Linda, and Annie the Proper Stitcher. So if Annie decided she had more to do, and so do I. So yes, Annie, I am going to continue stitching on JBW designs in September because I still have a mitten to finish, and I still have a stocking, or a sled. So these are what I'm working out of, and she has some beautiful new patterns that came out from Expo. I'm in love with this reindeer one. I'm not sure if I don't know that I'll get it stitched this year, but that is the one that when my local needle workshop gets some patterns in, I will probably be scouting down the reindeer one. I love her red work samplers. So I don't really intend to stop stitching JBW designs after even the ornament sale. I'm probably gonna do one of her red works samplers, reproduction samplers that she has. But just in case you wanna still, stitch along with us, I don't have any intention of stopping, even though we said we were going to do it the month of August. So feel free to join us. It is the hashtag JBW Ornament Sale, and I have more work to do. I was so silly. I personalized a mitten, one of the mitten designs that she has in one of her books, and I was so silly. I was going to try and personalize it and come up with my own M for my grandson Matthew, and she actually has a mitten with an M in it. I don't even have to do anything, just stitch it. So I'm excited about those. So I wanted to talk about that for 2 seconds. Once I'm done with haul, which is very little, I am going to do a pattern parade of antique reproduction sampler patterns that I have. This week will be the reproduction samplers, and next week I will do original samplers. So I thought I would break them into 2 segments. But what did I get this week for haul? Well, I got 40 count fabric from Needle and Flax, my very first 40 count. And it is called Dolly Madison, and it is gorgeous. Anyways, so this is Dolly Madison. I love that. So this is by Needle and Flax. It did not take very long to get. and I am really excited to stitch something special on this. I'm tempted to stitch my Ada Elizabeth on this because I think it would be beautiful, and this looks kind of like the linen or fabric that she stitched on. I've held it up to it, so I'm inclined to see if I can not only reproduce another sampler, but also use 40 count and see how sweet that might turn out. So that is Needle and Flax, and that is called Dolly Madison. I got myself a fat quarter of that. So I need to make sure I'd have enough, and then the other thing I did was I shared with you last time I had gotten some blue fabric for this Erica Michaels Scary Berry that I am doing with Jennifer, Sweet Chaos Stitcher. So I'm excited to get going on this one. She has everything, I believe. I think I need to double check my floss before we get started, but I think we're about ready. But I do know she was gonna get started on Enjoy Some Sampler September herself. So this is Scary Berry. So that came in the mail, and that was really it. To be honest, I was too busy, and that was probably a good thing. Let me move this over now because, okay, I had one new start. It was not a sampler. I had one new start, and that was a new Matilda. So that's kind of my day stitch. I don't know that I have another one that I could work on during the day. I don't think so. When I'm, wandering around with Philip or sitting out on the sun porch. So it's a new Matilda one, and no, it's not Christmas, but I absolutely love it as she's coming to life. So, and by the way, I did talk to Jeremiah just a very little bit. He's been, I mentioned a couple times ago, he's been met a girl, and things are going good, and they've just basically right now getting to know each other and texting. Luckily, frogs have fingers, so they can use their tablet or phone and communicate. So yeah, he's taking it slow. I think he's discussed maybe moving to the next step and meeting her. So anyways, just a little public announcement on the Jeremiah situation. He's doing good, and just enjoying getting to know this young lady. So anyways, that is that, and let's go. I have basically I think it's funny a little bit. It was not but maybe 2.5 years that I knew what a sampler was, but I really almost didn't know that you could stitch them until I started watching Flosstube and realized that there were patterns for these things, and learned about them, and started watching Nicola from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. And I also know I watched Lori Holt this week too, and that was a phenomenal Flosstube. She's like the award winner of organization and thought process and color scheming on her whips that she has. It's just such a joy to see how she keeps track of everything. So anyways, but yeah, I mean, I really have to say that I've only started gathering or collecting for my cross stitch library samplers and antique sampler reproductions for only maybe a little over 2 years, because it was something my mom and I started going down that rabbit hole right before she passed away. So, okay, the first one I have is Laura from Brendan the Serial Sampler birthday start. And I have not started it yet. I've shared that many times. I wanted to have the whole kit. So I ordered this one, everything, silks and all, for my Christmas present last year. And this is Elizabeth Isles. And it is $17.99 from the Scarlet Letter. I ordered it from the Scarlet Letter's website. and I have everything ready to go, and I just have not started that yet. And this is the one with the angel border. Let's see if I can. It says it's a sweet English sampler. And I'm sure most of you, I mean, the pattern's in color. I don't know why I just haven't started this thing. But very pretty. So that is Elizabeth Isles. Oopsie. $17.99. I love a sampler that is from the 1700s. Like, the older I can get them, the better. Even when I'm looking for an antique, I like to be down in the low 1800s if I can. I don't know why, I just love that. All right, I have Fox and Rabbit. I love this one. Charlotte Mills, 1844. Now, this was a PDF that I got, and I have to tell you, I am tempted to seriously, I mean, you could just stitch these little house parts. I mean, but it's so pretty. It's got the butterflies. Very, very balanced sampler, and the border, whoa. I mean, so pretty. And that would be another great one. I don't think I would have enough of it. I'm not sure. But this would be another one I would do it probably on a bigger count of that needle and flax. Dolly Madison, because look at that color. Let me see if I can reach it. Close. And it might be the plastic, but it'd be good for that one. But that is Fox and Rabbit Designs, Charlotte Mills. And this is a beautiful, as far as like this one is black and white, very nice to read. Okay, well, I have a few from Whilst Iris Naps. I've already stitched this one. This is Florence May Piggin. I've already stitched it, but I thought I would share it because everybody loves a nice, fun red work that goes, you don't see as many that go vertically like that. Horizontally like that. So I have not framed this. I had it just laying on top of a little antique primitive desk, but I kind of think I'm in the mood to get it framed now and put another one out like that. So that's a nice, I love Christina of Whilst Iris Naps. This is a great one that you could accomplish during Sampler September if you wanted to do a red work and be done in just no time at all. But so cute, 1889. Another Whilst Iris Naps. This is a little bit bigger one, and this is, hold on one second here, Matilda Isabella Creasy, 1852. Now that one's got a lot going on in it, so pretty. And if I get my glasses on, it says, oopsie. Once in Royal David City stood a lowly cattle shed where the mother laid her babe, okay, in a manger for his bed. Mary was that mother mild, Jesus Christ, her little child. Oh, that's so cute. Obviously, I haven't read that in a long time. She was 10 years old. Matilda Isabella Creasy. Really cute. Now I want to stitch that. So sweet. So sweet. There's a swan in that one. Okay. And she always has great information on hers. Christina always has great research done. This is a sweet one. Sarah Watson, 1859. She was 13 years old. Not too much, but a lot of nice motifs. But wouldn't take much time at all. It's a cute one. And I have this one for like more of a small one. This is Bethia Fenshaw, 1861, and this is the one that if you make, she shows you how you can do it on a spool. I would like to do it like this and make it just small. Just when I feel like just doing, not a red work, like you could, but like a pin cushion. So let's see what the stitch count is 66 by 86. I mean, seriously, how cute is that? And she stitched it on 40 count flax. The floss is Weeks Dye Works Grapevine. It's just really, it's just, to me, it's just super sweet. And she gives you great information on how to actually do the finishing. So, and I have one more of hers, and that is one I love, and I haven't done it. Thurza Hudson 1825, a great berry border. I can tell those colors would be fun to work with. So that's that. All right, now I had bought this kit a while back. I think I got it off eBay, but this is the Sarah Irving sampler, and it's from the Exemplary Sampler Collection. This one came out of the Peabody Essex Museum. Sarah Irving, her sampler, worked in the year of our Lord 1750 when she was 13 years old. And this, I got this postcard after I ordered this. I loved this. This company was great. I got this postcard after I had already bought it, and they had sent it to me. And it says, enclosed you will find a facsimile of the 1765 Sarah Irving portrait painted by John Singleton Copley. American oil on canvas. The painting is in the collections of the Peabody Essex Museum, Salem, Massachusetts. We just came across these postcards and thought you might like to include it with your sampler. Once completed, you may want to place this on the back. Please enjoy. Joanne Harvey of the Exemplary. I gotta tell you, I think that's great customer service. How nice. So I keep it with it. I most definitely want to, these are all the floss that came with it. And I really do wanna stitch it. I need to make sure I like the linen. It is crunchy, but I can always change that. It's stiff, so. But anyways, that is one that I have all kitted and ready to go. Okay, I have some random ones here, and this is Brenda Gervais, and I believe Brenda, the sampler stitch, just finished this one not too long ago, but this is Caroline Amelia Trowell by With Thy Needle and Thread, and I really like this one. Really cute, and especially when you see others stitching it, it's so pretty. She was 10 years old. This is the antique. I love when you get to see that with it. You know, some of the more detailed pictures of it. And this pattern is so fun in color, so it is right up my alley. Right up my alley. So that is Caroline Amelia Trowell. I'm excited to get going on that one. Then I have this one from not too long ago from, I think it was an expo, but this is a hard one to say. It's called D. Freitag 1849 from the Heart Reproduction Sampler. Needle art by Wendy, and this is gorgeous. It reminds me of my Anathies, so it's one of those that you have to be in the right mood to do. But I know with Anathies, the best thing I ever did was I did that alphabet first. So on a sampler like that, I will start in the upper left so that I can do my alphabet first. But I just think that's so pretty. And you have this little one that comes with it, this little Merry Christmas pillow. So cute. So I'm excited about one day doing that. I don't know when, but I think it's one of those you just know when you want to start it. But I don't have anything kitted up for this yet. So that would have to happen first. All right, then I have Tree of Life samplings, Sarah Steele, 1772. And it says, 2 things have I asked for thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Sorry, I couldn't read that word for a second. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food that is my portion, lest I be full. Deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain. Sarah Steele wrought this sampler in her age, the year of the Lord, 1772. I love that. And it says taught by Jane Holby. So this one is not as easy to see. It's one of those that I do like because I love stitching words. And what a great verse. So I do love that one. And then I have another Brenda Gervais sampler, and it is Harriet Elizabeth Coe. And her work is March 23rd of 1844. Super cute. And not too big. So, just nice. Just nice. All right. This one, totally for the cow. This is by Needlework Press, and it is Mary McAllister, 1824. Totally did it for the crazy cow. It's just, I just love the little farmhouse up there. That grass would be a killer, but you know what? That's okay. So that is Needlework Press. This is a nice small one. One second here. Now none of these include any of them that I already have a whip going. They're all just patterned. Pineberry Lane Fanny Griswold, an antique reproduction sampler, 1863. How fun and cute is that? Just need to get it out and do it. Probably, I'll just, you know what? I'll just set it aside. Love red work. So, that is adorable. I'm just going to put that right there. Okay. Pineberry Lane, another one. Mary Oakley, 1818. So cute. This one has your squirrels. My grandfather Beekman, my mom's dad, was born in 1919. I'm looking for possibly a sampler. I need to do one where it's for 1917, which was when my dad's dad was born. But that's so cute with the squirrels. It's another Pineberry Lane. I have a Chessie and Me, which I got off eBay, I think, Mabel Lee reproduction sampler, mostly red work and kitted up. So, just with the, I believe, no, it's came with the fabric and the 2 DMCs. So, I mean, really, really simple. Again, not hard, and really, I should just leave this one out too, because these are not terribly difficult to get finished, and I could pass them along. All right. This one I got I think I got this from Market. This is I Had a Father Kind and True, Alice Clark, 1844. I will say this is a big daddy, but so pretty. It says the stitcher tells us she was 14 when she stitched her sampler and charmingly misspelled several words. The religious verse reads, I had a father kind and true, whose face no more I see. Ye who have a father kind to you, a moment think on me. Why should we mourn departed friends, or shake at death's alarm? 'Tis but the voice that Jesus sends to call us to his arms. And set the Lord still in my sight, and trust him over all, for he doth stand at my right hand, therefore I shall not fall. Alice Clark worked aged 14 in the year of our Lord, 1844. very good. I also have Mama Loves You GB, one of her most recent ones, which is Susanna Eckley's 1853. And I do know that you can get this at the Attic. I believe there's a silk conversion. And, you know, another, she's got history with it and a beautiful color pattern. Just so nice. So nice. This was one, Deb from Country Stitches, remembered that I wanted. I shared it to you not too long ago. This is G. Leger, 1898. And this will be hopefully in 2023 that I'll get a start on this. So pretty, and hers is so beautiful. So, okay, now I'm down to my Hands Across the Sea. And then that's really it. So I have one that is kitted and ready to go, and I'm considering putting a start in it, and possibly, depending on what I get accomplished in September. I've had this for a long time. It's one of the little gems, and it is Jane Hearth 1868. And I have the fabric. It is Lugana Heartland, 28 count Lugana Heartland. Because of course I got this when I wasn't doing as much 32. And I have all the silks. Let's see, did I lose something? No. Sorry about that. I have all the silks ready to go. So that's why I kind of think if I accomplish what I would like to, then I wouldn't mind getting a start in that. I have everything that's kept in a bag that my mom made. Let's see, hold on 1 second here so you can see it. So I'm really quite ready to go. And it's a little gem, so it would be, I still have Mary Clayton that I'm working on, but this might be nice. Okay, then I have Tickled Pink. Just another little one, a little pink primer that Nicola actually designed herself, I believe. So cute. Yep, 2020. So that is Tickled Pink. I have another little one. This is Alice Williams. This was gonna be my next little gem, but that other one's really calling to me. So this is Alice Williams, 1881. I love that. This is a bigger one. This is Anna Sophia Bertram, 1871, and it has one of your bee skeps on it. Whoa, what a pretty one, and those peacocks are gorgeous. And these are mostly the PDFs that I have. Jane Hardy, 1840. Gotta tell you, this one kind of calls to me too. And it's not this picture, it's the pattern that is so pretty that when you start seeing the little details in here is what makes you want to stitch it. So that is Jane Hardy. Okay, this is one I have not gotten all their Queen of the Mays, and I believe you can't get them. I'm not confident about how it all works for the Queen of May, but I did want to make sure. I loved this one. This is Matilda Swallow, 1820. The Lord my pasture shall prepare, and I just absolutely love this. So pretty. But this is a big download. And this is 2021, the 2021 Queen of the May. Anyways, beautiful, beautiful work. I know they do one of those each year. And then I have, oopsie, Jane Fides. Jane fit is 1835. This is the one that my mom stitched a good chunk of it down to about here. And the last one is Mary Lee, 1793, with praise on all thy works I look. Of the blue and these two angels right there. Let's see. I'm going to guess. That's over one, but I don't know. And it says, out of the Bible, great God, with wonder and with praise, on all thy works I look, but frill thy wisdom, power, and grace shine brighteth in thy book. Here would I learn how Christ has died to save. Oh, I remember the F is an S sometimes. To save my soul from hell. Not all the books on earth beside such heavenly wonders tell. Then let me love my Bible more and take a strength delight by day to read their wonders or and meditate by night. I'm sure I did not do that perfectly, but it is really, really, really pretty. And the blues are so pretty in it. So I believe that is it. I have not gotten any word back from the winner for the Carriage House Samplings pattern, and you can still do so. I will go ahead and do another week. If you need to know if you won, go to my previous Flosstube and fast forward to the end. If you don't want to watch it, just fast forward to the end and you will see the winner announced. This week, I absolutely would love to do, we could just do your choice of 2 of my patterns that I could email to you. You can pick any 2 from the shop. And I also got from Fat Quarter Shop this week that I will include. It is foundation papers, they're blocks, and it is 3 different sizes, a 6, a 5, and a 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. So this, and the quilt pattern that came this time is Marseille, and it is designed by Crystal Stahl and pattern produced by It's So Emma. Then you have, this one just kills me, I love his face, Santa Claus, Saint Nick, Kris Kringle. I love that, and it's so cute. So all of these will be the giveaway for this week, and we will use the word Kringle, Kringle, Kringle. And so the winner of this, all from the Fat Quarter Shop, will come, and you can pick 2 patterns from my Etsy shop or anything I've designed, and I will email those to you. Or if you need hard copy, I'll just print them and add them to this. So I hope that just remember how the rules go for these giveaways. Don't use the word winner. You don't have to put anything in a sentence, or you just need to use the word Kringle. If you want to use it in a sentence, that's fine with me. I love reading your comments. So yeah, just don't use word, don't use giveaway. You have to be over 18 years old because I do have to ask for your address. And other than that, my plans for this week are to just keep, stitching the samplers that I've talked about. I would like to get to my modern folk embroidery sampler this week and get reacclimated and get some stitches in, just like I did with the Noel sampler. I will put some stitches in the Noel sampler. I am definitely going to work on my StitchCon because I want to have that finished by the end of September. And I have a model I'm working on for Matilda, so who knows? Anyways, I'm excited for the week to come, and I'm excited that it's going to be a little bit slower. I know the highlight is going to be making sure that I'm able to get my registration in for StitchCon 2023, weekend A preferably. I will be marking down that works best for me. And other than that, I wish you all a great week. Philip and Randy went to Sam's Club, as they do. One going for kitty litter because we have cats. Looking at Halloween again, and I'm looking forward to a relaxing week, and just enjoying family and stitching. And I hope you do the same. So this is goodbye for now, and don't forget to floss, guys. Bye.